Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is the 24th of February 2025 and the top news for crypto is as follows. Today we'll start our episode from Russia, where the Russian Ministry of Finance and the central bank are jointly launching a cryptocurrency exchange for investors with a lot of money to buy these cryptocurrencies under the watchful eye of Russia. And from Russia, since we're on our exchange, we'll go to Gate.io, where we learned that yesterday, due to a lot of activity inside it, it made a sudden upgrade. This upgrade affected some users if they had placed a position at that time. The exchange says that users affected by the upgrade will be compensated 100%. However, if you lost your position due to market movement, even when the upgrade took place, you won't get a penny. And from our exchange, we're going to go to our companies, and we're going to go to the second MicroStrategy. So for this company, there are some very big names in the space. We're talking about Tether, TradFi, SoftBank, Bitfinex, and Cantor, all of which have come together to create 21, which will be a publicly traded company on the stock exchange focused on Bitcoin. When this company starts operating, it will already have a fund of 42,000 Bitcoin or $3.9 billion. And as you already understood, the job of this company is very simple: to buy Bitcoin. It also aims to provide lending services for Bitcoin and other financial products while producing content with Bitcoin, which is essentially a second MicroStrategy. As we've said before, MicroStrategy's goal is simply to buy Bitcoin and then lend it out like a bank. In addition, Mr. Brandon Lutnick, who is the son of the US Secretary of Commerce, will be involved in this company in a very key position. And from the second MicroStrategy, we will continue with our companies and go to SOL Strategy, which has secured $500 million to continue to buy more Solana, because that is the strategy of this company, which is a Canadian investment firm. And in addition to Solana, we will also go to DeFi Development Group, which is the former Genover, which we just saw in yesterday's episode. Now we learn that he made another purchase of Solana. He bought $9.9 million worth of Solana, and now he owns a total of $48 million. So from our companies, it's time to go to our coins. We're going to go to the Trump meme, which is up 66% on the 7-day chart. The reason is that those who have the coin will be able to attend a dinner with the President of the United States. However, this is not for everyone, it's for specific people. So if you want to attend this dinner hosted by the President of the United States, you have to be among the 220 largest holders of this coin. Otherwise, you can't go. And of course, for some of those 220 people, it might be too much. They might want to have a more private conversation with the president. And there's a solution to that. As we go down to the site, we will see that the top 25 holders will have a private conversation before they go to dinner with the 220. So if you want something more private with the president, buy more currencies. For this reason, the president's currency is rising. Moving on to our other news, we move on to XRP, where we learn that it has a critical supply chain bug. Specifically, Ripple has found a critical bug in the XRP Ledger supply chain. This bug, it seems, does not affect the entire ledger, only DeFi wallets that use a specific library. Let's just say that it is unclear how many users' funds were compromised. The last thing we know is that Ripple has fixed this particular bug. And for the latest Ripple news, Ripple Labs USD, which is Ripple's stablecoin, will now be on Aave version 3. This will allow more users and funds to enter this stablecoin. Moving on to the crypto market, we see that Bitcoin is at $93,000, with the price supporting our first resistance. The ideal scenario is to rebound to our second resistance, support it, and continue to rise organically. With Bitcoin price rising above $94,000, let's say we had a lot of liquidation on short positions that believed that Bitcoin price would fall further, but it didn't, and such positions lost up to $635 million. That wraps up the top news for crypto today. Is the 24th of February 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.